west. I got my antenna beaming to the whole west, so I'm very glad to make it a trip into the East Coast. Almost the East Coast into Toronto, Canada there, Paul. Back to you. Yeah, Roger, Paul. No problem. Thank you for the call. Thank you for the long distance radio check. In fact, I'm testing an antenna. I'm testing this antenna. It's a Yagi. It is a Yagi 4 elements long boom. I made it by myself about 3 weeks ago, before Christmas. And then I just testing. I put them on the tower because I just testing it to the mast, but stuck it to the north. Now I put into my tower and I got it warm there and I can swing the beam to the other direction. So I'm testing this business out for sure. It is a Yagi homemade LFA loop feed array. That's the name of this new antenna. It's kind of I don't know, different feeding the coax and the radio feeding different into antenna. It's not a gamma mesh. It is a loop. It is a loop on the transmitter element. Anyway, on the radiator. So, Paul, appreciate the comeback, and I send you all best wishes to you and yours. And Happy New Year to 2012. And I hope, and I'm sure, we're going to make more contacts in the future. 111 Montreal, Toronto, Montreal, Canada. This is 10 Alpha Delta 113 en Victoria, México. Hasta pronto, amigo Paul. Adiós, amigo.
113, 2 Echo Tango 006, standing by.
Yeah, thank you very much there, Larry. Thank you very much for the comeback there. 2 Echo Tango 002, I guess. I'm not quite sure of the number. But, I mean 6006. You never lose just number 6, mi amigo Larry. 73 Larry. How is everything up there in California?
Oh, everything's pretty good over here. I just heard you out there. I was on the phone with a friend of mine. We were talking about radios and stuff right now, and we actually were talking about you a second ago, talking about the antenna. And then I told him, I said, man, it's kind of funny. I hear him on the radio right now. So I told him I'd give him a call back later on. But yeah, everything is good over here. It's kind of cool outside, real sunny. Not a cloud in the sky, but kind of cold. But other than that, it should be pretty good. And but yeah, happy New Year right back to you. I know I haven't talked to you since then, since probably before the holidays. But yeah, everything's all good over here. I got you about a 5.7 coming over here to my QTH QSL.
Thank you very much for the long distance radio check there into my station. You're sounding good, you know. Always you coming in 20 over 9 on my meters on my old Cobra 148, you know. That's what I'm using. And I appreciate the comments about this antenna. Yeah, I finally had to replace the old cubicle quad and put on the tower the LFA, you know. And something good this antenna. I like it. I can say the cubicle quad has only 3 elements. Used to be a 6 elements, but the last years I just keep the 3 elements. And it's a short boom. Was a short boom, so it's not the same gain, not Kiruku quad. And anyway, I made a comparison, and the Yagi wins. Two more S singles, two more S units over the quad. For the DX and for the RX. I see one and a half and 2 unit S units on my reception, so I like better the Yagi. But it's not the end for the Kiruku quad, it's not the end. I'm gonna replace all year long. I'm gonna try to replace. I'm gonna buy new material for build it, and reconstruction of antenna for 5 or 6 elements. The Kiruku quad, but that's gonna be maybe the next year, the next December, and then put again on the air, because I like better the Kiruku quad all the time. But now this Yagi is working fine, this MFA is working very fine into the DX and the RX, so it's a very nice gear, my friend Larry. And sorry about the weather you got up there. We have not sunshine. It's overcast here, but very, very hot. It's about 20 degrees Celsius, which is about 71, 72 degrees Fahrenheit. And a real wind blowing from the north. We're expecting for tomorrow, cold front coming through, but that'll take maybe 1 or 2 days, and then again a nice and warm temperature. Back to you, 006, this is 1013.
Yeah, well, it's over here. It's about maybe about 10 degrees Celsius, so it's about 50 degrees. It'll probably warm up a little bit, but we'll see. But I did a little bit of experimenting with the LFA type of antennas. I haven't actually built one physically, but I have modeled them before on the one of these computer programs that I have on that EasyNet 5. Or EasyNet, I forgot what it was called. I think it was called EasyNet 5 or EasyNet Plus or something like that. But anyways, but I did make a few of them on there, and just to see how the gain would be, and bandwidth and all that stuff. And you can get the bandwidth pretty wide. It's like a regular Yagi. It's pretty easy to get. It's actually easy to make those things cover the entire 11 meter band. And still maintain a pretty high gain, but. And that way they look good, and you can get a pretty good amount of forward gain out of them. Everything looked real good, and pretty equal with the quad. I think both of them got an advantage over, gain wise over a regular Yagi. But the one thing that I didn't, I know there's not really a way of testing it, or any way to really prove the theory. And a lot of people I know there's a lot of arguments out there about it, but the one thing that I didn't think it would beat the quad with was with the way how the quad how it kind of responds more to all polarizations. You don't get quite as much fade in your signal, and how it always seems to here, I know, like around here locally, there's other guys that got and big antennas, and other guys got antennas. There was some guys over here that had antennas that were longer than this thing, but and by a whole lot too. This one here is 42 feet, and I know a guy pretty close over here that has one that's over 70 feet. I forgot exactly how long it is, but a big Yagi, and this thing here, still here, is better than what that does. And one thing about the quad, I just noticed, and I remember before I even had one, there was another friend of mine had a 6-element quad up, and he would always be talking DX real early in the morning before anybody else was. And I couldn't even hear who he was talking to. I didn't think he was talking to anybody for a long time, until I actually heard his station and knew what he was doing. But That's the one thing that I didn't know if how the LFA would compare with a quad was with those real early conditions or real late conditions. How they seem to really hold the conditions for a long time. But it sounded good though. In that last go around when you were keyed up, it kind of creeped up to a S9 there. So I don't know if conditions were improving, or you moved the antenna, or just the way conditions changed a little bit. But the last over, you were about a 5.9 cracking on the plus 10 QSL. I know what you're saying with the bandwidth was the word you were thinking of. But yeah, that's one thing about the quad is it's a little bit hard to make an antenna that has a lot of bandwidth that covers all of the especially all of the band, but real wide frequency range. I mean, even like this right now, my SWR right here, because I have this thing tuned up for the Super Bowl 025, and right here the SWR is probably about maybe a 1.9. It might even be 2 to 1. it's a little high, but it won't hurt nothing like that. So I don't really worry about it too much. But yeah, with the Yagi, a regular Yagi, and the LFA, it's pretty easy to get the bandwidth out of it. So that is a good advantage. And I thought about as much as I move around the frequencies from real low to real high, sometimes I know there's a lot of stuff a little bit higher up, but I don't usually go too much past like maybe 600 or 650. That's about it for me, because then the match starts climbing pretty good. But the SWR, but I wouldn't mind taking it to 700 or 800 or something like that. But yeah, getting the bandwidth out of a Yagi type antenna is hard, and it is a little difficult with this one. But I've been working on another antenna on that program I was telling you about, and I wanted to replace this quad that I'm talking on right now. I wanted to put one up a little bit bigger, but and the reason why I started was to see if I can get the bandwidth wide enough to where I can cover both frequencies with it. And I actually got an antenna right now that the SWR drops, looking at it on the scale, the SWR drops right at about 27.0. It stays down pretty low, and then rises a little bit about 300 and 400, and then drops down again at 600. So it covers all the frequencies I want to do. So the only thing, it's kind of big though. It's 50 feet of boom. So, but pretty high gain though. It's like 18.7, I think it was. So pretty soon. One of these days I'll do that. I got a few small ones I'm working on for some other people, but once I get these ones all out of the way, then I'll probably build that larger one for myself and end up pulling this one down. But it should work. But anyways, I don't want to stay too long. I know we have been talking here for I don't know, it's got to been 10-15 minutes, but it sounded pretty good up here, making a lot of big signals. So I'm sure there's probably somebody else standing by. So I'll pick this up with you later on, and later on I'll send you the video too. So anyways, 113, have a good day, and I'll catch up with you later and see if somebody else is around the band. This is 2 Echo Tango 006, 73's man.
Yeah, sure, Larry. Appreciate it. Come back to Echo Tango 006, from San Francisco, near San Francisco, California. I appreciate the camera. I'm very nice. I enjoy it all the time when I talk to you guys. I learned just a little more. I learned just a little more about this situation, about this thing on the radio. So, Larry, enjoy yourself and be happy for this weekend. I'm gonna take a stand by also because my wife, my family called me for get some dinner. So I will be back maybe in 30-35 minutes on the radio, and I hope to get the condition into the Pacific. I was going to the North Pacific into Asia, tried to get Japan or somewhere else there, but the condition is kind of close there. Excuse me. More later, I'm gonna try the best to run this antenna. So, 2 Echo Tango 006, San Francisco, California. Saludos. This is 10 Echo Tango 113, Jose Luis, and Victoria, Mexico. Hasta pronto, amigo.
Okay, so Luis, 73's, and I'll catch you out here later on. And I'm back QRT.
Okay. Yeah, 230 mobile right here. Where's your location, sir? Yeah, you copy you. You're coming in 53, 55, but I got my antenna leaning to the west. So it's a good signal because my antenna is leaning to the northwest, and you're on the east coast into Virginia, guys.